Hey everyone, this is Mr. Good, and I'm doing a quick video on just how to use the notebook in our class. You can see everything we do is pretty much going to be in that notebook, and instead of having to turn it in every time, when I check it, I can just go to your notebook. So you'll get there through Classroom or one of these links. You're basically going to have it with you all the time. So it's yours. You're going to write your name in it, right? And then, take ownership of it. Yours will have your name up here. So let's say I was doing 1.1.2, just to show you how this is going to work. So if I'm in 1.1.2, the first thing I want you to do is read the common misconceptions because I want to make sure when you go through this lesson, you don't, end up with these misconceptions or you think about them as you're going. Because, there's people who think a good password is just easy to remember, has special meaning to me, like a birthday or pet's name. Um, you'll see through this lesson due to social engineering that's just not true. But I really want to show you about this how I want you to use the notebook. So anytime you come across a vocabulary word, let's say I was in 1.1.2 and I read the goals, and then I'll start spinning this up because it takes a while. But you come across any of these words like virtual machine, when you're reading it, and you just copy and you go back here and paste it. And it's a nice way to collect all this vocabulary as you go. Um, and you don't have to like spend a ridiculous amount of time in emulation of computer systems. So you're reading through here, you're collecting vocab words as you come across them. Um, and then as you're doing the lessons, whenever you come across a computer science notebook, there's a good chance that this question they just asked is back in here. See how it says notebook and screenshot? So you're going to, answer this question, how could these settings help safeguard personal information? And you're going to um, take a screenshot of what they asked you to do in number 4, and that's look at the change plan settings and showing some of the values you can change. So sometimes you'll answer questions. That's when it says the word notebook. And sometimes you'll take a screenshot and paste it in there, which is when it says screenshot. So you can see sometimes you have to do both. The other thing about it is there's these protection measures. Whenever you come across a protection measure, which is by a shield, these things are like, the most important things we do here. You're basically collecting a whole bunch of things that will make you way more secure. And that's kind of the point of this class, cybersecurity. So anytime I come across a protection measure, I'm going to put it in here. Locking your computer whenever you're away, even for a short time, is always good practice. And then I'll go through the problems. I'll take my screenshot, my notebook. Uh, you need to do all these things. If you find something, you know, that looks good, like I like this, I think it's pretty cool. It's ridiculous that 91% of people have a password that's the most thousand most commonly used passwords because that's easy to crack. But if I see something I like here, and you guys can use Shift, Command, and then there's the Windows button on your Chromebook um, to take a snapshot. You should put anything that you find useful in your notebook. So yeah, I took a snip of that, and I want to put it in my notebook. So I'm going to go here, and it was kind of between 4 and 12. So I'm going to put it right in here, grab that, put it right down there, because I think that's going to be helpful. This is your notebook. It's all the stuff you're going to learn this year. You're going to have a great document in the end, full of great things. So yeah, that's the notebook. The one last thing I want to talk about is after you go through all this, conclusion questions every time. The very end of it asks questions for you to think about. And I want you to copy paste the question, copy paste, and answer it right below it. And do that for each